Midst of the closing arguments in the Diddy trial. Is Diddy off the hook? Did Diddy the RICO charges, sex trafficking? Would this be the same if it were me or you, the common folks of America? Let's get into it. We got to get right into the conversation because this is a man that was charged with racketeering. This is a man charged with kidnapping, domestic violence, caught on tape, a slew of witnesses that all account pretty much the same things. Most of the people that have come to witness and take testimony or whatnot, they're all accounting some of the same events. Whether or not their stories actually corroborate with real events is up for question. And the question of the fact that some of their testimonies were questionable leaves room, it leaves a gap for the defense to break down or whatnot. And that's one thing that the prosecution, your job, your burden is you have to be able to prove these things. You have to be able to prove these things. The defense is just defending everything that you're bringing to the table. The prosecution has to make sure they're making a strong enough case that it's hard for the defense to break down. And when they're cross-examining witnesses and testimonies don't add up to dates, times, places, that's when we have an error. That's when you put doubt into the jury's minds. Now, for those of you that are in the building, we're here to talk about the closing arguments and how things went today. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also hit the like button while you're at it. It's free. So let's get into it. So today in the closing arguments, we had the prosecution's closing arguments. The defense will be making their closing arguments tomorrow. And then it's time for the jury to deliberate. Okay? And that's just how it goes. So today, just based off of the knowledge that we have from within the courtroom, from the people, the few that were allowed inside the courtroom, let's get right into it. So for those of you that see the title, you see the thumbnail, Diddy's charges as far as kidnapping, he was charged with attempted kidnapping as well as attempted arson. Attempted. Yeah. Attempted. He was charged with these things and they were dropped. They were dropped yesterday. So now a lot of people are looking at this as a win for Diddy, because now it makes it harder to prove this RICO case, because a lot of the dominoes that were lining up to fall in the prosecution's favor, now the effect is being reversed, because now the attempted arson is getting taken off of the table as well as the attempted kidnapping. So now here we are today where the prosecution is making their case. They're pretty much sealing the deal. That's what the closing arguments are. You go ahead and you put out all the evidence, you pull out all your witnesses that you have or whatnot and open them up for cross-examinations. And then the final day, the closing arguments, that's when it's time to seal the case. You got to bring all the Cassie video, all the testimonies. You have to bring everything to the forefront, and you have to be able to make sure that you lock it into the jury's mind that this is what happened, this is how it happened, and without a reasonable doubt, this man is guilty. So I'll tell you what I've heard so far from inside the courtroom. So from inside the courtroom, a lot of people are saying that when Diddy walked in, he had the Diddy bop. He was doing the Diddy bop in the courtroom. He was feeling good. You know why? Because he already got 2 of the charges dropped. He already got 2 of the charges dropped. It's already looking good. It's looking in his favor. He was doing the Diddy bop in the courtroom. So, and even some people say he was throwing up hearts. Throwing up hearts, like letting people know like he's good. He's not worried. He's not concerned. But if you were here earlier for the earlier live, then you'll know, as we talked about earlier, bro definitely need help. He definitely needs help. What the fuck? Hey, salute. Hit the like button while you're here. Troll if you want. You know what I'm saying? We here to break down what's really going on inside that courtroom. So inside that courtroom, He wasn't doing the Diddy bop anymore when the prosecution started making their closing arguments. Hit the like button and we'll get right into it. I need y'all to double tap that screen if you want to hear the inside courtroom exclusives. These are exclusives. None of y'all were inside the courtroom. None of y'all were inside the courtroom, you heard? If you want the exclusives, you need to go ahead and hit that like button. Run it up. So, for those of you that just got here, so Diddy, like I said, he was doing the Diddy bounce. It was all good. He over there thinking like, you know what I'm saying, like everything is going in my favor. I done got these charges dropped. They can't prove the arson. He over there laughing at Kid Cudi. He like, yeah, you bitch ass nigga. Yeah, you bitch ass nigga. But guess what? He wasn't doing the Diddy bop. He wasn't doing take that after the prosecution started making his closing arguments. You know why? Because now they're tying everything together. One thing that we know for sure, and I've done several polls just to make sure like I'm gauging the opinions of the community as a whole, not just my own personal opinions, right? Because a lot of y'all believe that Diddy should be let free. Y'all believe that, because it's been about a year and a half or whatnot that Diddy's been incarcerated, right? So while he's been incarcerated, some would say, you know what? That's enough. Some would be like, you know what? Time served. He's learned his lesson. And then the rest of y'all will be like, lock his ass up and throw away the key. Get him up out of here. He's a sex trafficker. He's a person that pretty much with wealth, money, the power that he possesses or whatnot, he's running around here like it's Grand Theft Auto, just doing whatever the hell he want. Diddy will go set your car on fire. You can't do anything to offend that man. And that's what the rest of the community believes. But let me speak to you, those of you that think that Diddy should walk free. So for those of you that think that Diddy should walk free, as we discussed earlier, 2 of the charges got dropped, kidnapping and arson. And they were both attempted charges or whatnot. So it's not like it held the maximum time anyway. But still, it was helping them because a lot of times these other charges will connect and put together the whole RICO case. That way they can go ahead and go for the big charge, the big time that they're trying to give them. But inside that courtroom, like I said, like Diddy was throwing up hearts on the way in, shouting out the fans, I see you. I see you. Over there, yeah, you think I'm going to be locked up? Yeah, I already know what the outcome is. That's how he was looking, right? But you never really know or whatnot. And that's the thing about being locked up. You never really know. Like some people, and that's one of the things that the judge asks you. The judge will ask you, has anyone made you promises in this courtroom? And you're supposed to say no. But you know, behind the scenes or whatnot, people are making them promises. They let them know, listen, this is what we talked about with the prosecution. You're not going to do all that time. You're not going to get life. You won't get life. We'll get you time served. And you'll walk on out. Just keep on throwing up them hearts and smiling at the jurors. Knowing damn well you done reached out to the jury's families and made them all types of promises and all types of stuff. Talina 1, salute. You believe he's guilty as fuck. I believe wholeheartedly that we all know Diddy is guilty as hell. We know it. And a lot of them know it too. A lot of these people that are in the audience in the courtroom, they were participants. A lot of these people already knew what was going on. You got a lot of Diddy's friends and family there. And then even the bystanders. A lot of these people that are on the inside circles, they knew what Diddy had going on the whole time. It's just, most of these people just mind their business. They just mind their business. They like, okay, it ain't got nothing to do with me, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? And then they know a lot of times, like these people, they're connected with other powerful people that can fuck around and knock them off their square. So a lot of times they believe in their mind, like it'll just behoove me to shut my fucking mouth. It'll just behoove me not to say shit. And then 9 times out of 10, they won't. They won't. And then they'll get an invite, one of those invites that Diddy sends that self-destructs. It blows up in your hand after you open it and you read it. Imagine somebody sends you an invite to a party and the shit just destruct in your hand or whatever. The shit just turned to dust. You feel me? You still going to that party? Let me know. Let me know. Salute, 1010. You still going to that party? Matter of fact, 1010, we gonna go ahead and give you that wrench, bro. I need help around here, you heard? But Diddy, he walked into the courtroom feeling real confident. I mean, I'm not knocking him off, you feel me? You should feel confident. You should feel confident that your legal team is going to do what the fuck they supposed to do what the hell that you paid them to do. You feel me? You should feel confident. However, these charges are egregious, yo. A lot of y'all will sit here and make it seem like when I was doing the polls, a lot of y'all will be in the comments and y'all will be saying stuff like, but what crime did he commit outside of him just being a freaky nigga? And it's like, where the fuck have you been? Like, outside of the freak-offs, he's not being charged for having orgies. That's pretty much what the freak-offs are. He's not being charged for having orgies. He's being charged for what's going on inside those orgies and what's happening outside of the events. That's what he's being charged for. Shout out to Dead Hunting. He got a new tattoo today. You know what I'm saying? As long as the tattoo don't say Diddy. You feel me? Or take that. But the thing about it is, like, this dude has so much money that he spent $10 million on a legal team. $10 million fucking dollars. You don't think that $10 million comes with a certain level of expectation? You don't think that $10 million comes with a certain level of promises? First off, you got to think, like, what makes this legal team worth $10 million? And we'll hear from them tomorrow, and that's when we'll be right back. We'll be right back in the same spot covering this case because it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy as hell because today it was the prosecution's turn to do their closing arguments. Tomorrow it'll be the defense turn. The $10 million legal team's turn. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm literally on the edge of I can't wait to hear what the hell they say. I can't wait to hear what the hell they say because you got to think of how this case has been going for this last month. For this last month, this case hasn't been no walk in the park for either side. It's been going back and forth like a tennis game. You feel me? You got to follow the ball. You looking over here, you're like, oh, okay, they got it on their side. Oh, no, oh, shit, oh, damn, he just hit, oh, wow. And then somebody scores. Like yesterday. We all feel like Diddy scored. He got charges dropped right before the closing arguments. That is a big deal. Like, whether you like it or not, it's a big deal. It's a real big deal. He got 2 major charges dropped. Kidnapping, I'm not sure in New York, but here in South Carolina, kidnapping holds 0 to 30. And when you take anything to trial, if you don't take a plea, they're going to go for the max. So 30 alone. And that's just one of the charges. Not sure how much arson holds. It doesn't hold as much as kidnapping. But still, that's 2 charges he was able to knock off. Okay, we got 1 million people in the building and we only got 10 likes. Go ahead and hit that like button. Stop playing with me. Now we're going to get back there in the courtroom. Diddy was looking nervous. He was shaking. Diddy was shaking a little bit. Diddy was looking real nervous in the courtroom. And this is from an inside source. Somebody that was in that courtroom today. Diddy was looking crazy in that courtroom. In the beginning, like I said, he was doing the Diddy bop. Everything seemed to be under control. All the promises he was told is probably being kept up to this point. But now is the time that matters the most. Right now in the present is the time that matters the most because these last few statements, the prosecution has already closed out their arguments. They've already said everything they can say. And mind you, they did a great job connecting everything together, bringing up the Cassie files, which are that's a piece of evidence that they have in this case that's pretty much undeniable because the jury can see with their own eyes and they're not seeing like the original like 30-second clip that we seen on YouTube. They got the whole footage and now like if y'all search for it, you can see the whole footage too. From the beginning where Cassie is walking down the hallway and striving her best to be normal and get away to where he's getting physical with her, and also to where like he takes her stuff and goes around the corner and she's just looking crazy. They got all the footage. That's pretty much undeniable at this point. At this point, you can't really argue that or whatnot. Everybody has seen it. There's a lot of hearsay going around, especially with the Kid Cudi, the car being set on fire. Because, yeah, it's like we got the proof. We got the evidence. We can see that his car burned or whatnot. We can see that he wasn't injured from it or whatnot. He was supposed to be. It was supposed to be his life. Imagine that. Imagine if he was in the car and his life was taken and they still couldn't connect it to Diddy. There'd be no justice for his family at all. No justice for his family. And I can only imagine how Cassie would feel. I can only imagine how Cassie feels right now, knowing that, yeah, she got the money, she got millions. Because if y'all don't remember, let's scroll back. Before Diddy was charged up with this case that he has on him now, remember Cassie came out with the civil suit where she was suing him for those millions? And that was the quickest civil suit as far as the entertainment industry goes that we've seen in a long time. That civil suit was settled in a day. 24 hours, it was out of there. It was knocked out of the ballpark. Diddy didn't want no smoke with Cassie when it came to that. And you know what? He probably already knew that footage was floating around. And that's why he did that. That's probably why he did that. Knowing that that footage was floating around and it was bound to come out. He's not a dumb dude by far. That's why he got him a $10 million legal team. And you think they're dumb? They're not dumb. They're not dumb. They're artists. They know how to paint a picture. Yeah, facts, Tony. He did pay her off. But I don't know, bro. I feel like after the case is over, she's probably going to come out with some type of memoir or something. Some type of memoir or something, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, like just tell her truth or whatever. Because I'm sure like there's so much more that she has to say that she hasn't been able to. Due to legal reasons or whatnot, NDAs, whatever you have it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's all types of reasons she wasn't able to paint the full picture. It's about who can paint a better picture. Nah, that's a fact, Tintin. And that's literally all the legal system is or whatnot. Like when I was cased up, when I had a case going on, one thing I messed up on is I got a $10,000 lawyer or whatnot, which for my case was the standard price that you pay for a decent paid lawyer. However, where I messed up is I got a fresh lawyer. I got a lawyer that was fresh out of law school. That's where I messed up. Because there was another lawyer that had 30 years tenure in the same county. And guess what? Bro, I'm talking about when this lawyer used to walk into the courtroom, it's like the courtroom just froze. Like, you feel me? Like I'm talking about, you know all the courtroom chatter that goes on. You got people talking to their clients. You got the judge isn't even sitting at the podium yet or whatever. But you got all these different clerks, everybody running around. But guess what? It was a dude that I should have got as my lawyer. But I've spent that $10,000 on the wrong person. And you feel me? When that dude walk in the building, everybody stopped. Hey, good morning, Mr. Williams. Good morning. How are you, Mr. How have you been, Mr. Williams? When are you going golfing next time? That's how it would be. And that's when I realized, like, all this shit is a game. It's a game. And that's why, like, a lot of people got mad when I said that there's a chance that Diddy can walk free. A lot of people get mad when I say that, but guess what? I'm telling you the truth. I'm not lying to you. It's not about what happened. To be honest, that's the last thing that it's about. It's about what you can prove in the court of law. It's about who can paint the better picture. Because even if you could prove it, look at O.J. Simpson. All it took was a glove to shatter the case. Everybody knew he killed that woman. And guess what? He died free. He was supposed to die in jail, in prison. But he died a free man. Because that's not what court is about. It's not about what happened. What happened is literally the least of their worries. They don't give a fuck what happened. Because you know what? They weren't there. The judge wasn't there. The prosecution wasn't there. The defense wasn't there. I wasn't there and you weren't there. So nobody gives a fuck about what happens. Salute to the victims. And I hope that they get justice and redemption and retribution for what happened to them. But in all reality, when it comes to that courtroom and that defendant, all that matters is if their legal team can do a better job of painting the picture than the prosecution. And we're going to see that tomorrow, because today was the prosecution's turn. Now the defense has all night to sit there and ponder over the closing arguments of the prosecution and how to rebuttal it, how to reverse the effects of what they had on the jury, because that's all it's about, pulling on the heartstrings of the jury. And that's what the prosecution did a great job of today. They made their case. They tied everything together with the Cassie videos, the statements that from several witnesses. They tied everything together and showed them that, listen, is this somebody that you feel safe being on the streets, knowing that this could happen to your son, your daughter? They could be invited to one of these locked door parties. They could wake up oiled down and suffering from memory loss with pink shit all around their nose. Is this something that you would allow to happen to your daughters by allowing this man to walk free? And that's the type of picture they painted today. That's the type of picture that they painted, because that's what you have to leave, an everlasting memory in the eyes of the jury. Because ultimately, that's who's determining his fate. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? We already know all this shit is already decided. All this shit is already decided. They already know what the hell time he's going to get. They already know all that. You feel me? We're not going to sit here and play dumb or whatever. We know what's going on. Salute to the chat. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you're old here, go ahead and hit the like button. All you got to do is double tap the screen. You heard? Salute to Tiffany. Tiffany, hell no. What do you mean? Oh, we got P Black in the building. You heard? Sigma, salute. Let's go ahead and wrench y'all up. Let's go ahead and wrench y'all up. Yeah, nah, facts. Salute, Tiffany. We got Alice. Yeah, fuck you too, Alice. All right, salute, Storm Fluent 97. Yeah, because we in here having real conversations. Hey, Marlene, how you doing? We in here having real conversations because this is where we have morality versus wealth. Because, of course, everybody wants to do the right thing, right? Everybody knows he's guilty. And then some people are they'll still make the argument of, what's so wrong about having a freak off? They must have listened to that therapist that Diddy hired to normalize freak offs in the community or whatnot. And that's, y'all got to understand, like, there's a lot of things that go on that are just random, but there's a lot of things that aren't. You think it's random that these people are coming out with these polyamorous lifestyles and these freak off defenders that are defending the freak off frequenters? You think that's all random? No, it's a part of the defense. It's a part of the defense because they know if they can normalize these things in the eyes of the public, that it won't be so much backlash when they let him walk free. And that's what we're talking about right now. The possibility that Diddy may very well walk free from this case. They've already dropped 2 of the charges. That's what I'm telling y'all. Don't be surprised if this man walks. Don't be surprised. And then it's going to be a lesson for us that it's not about what you've done when it comes to the court of law. It's not about what you've done. It's more about it's about what you know, who you know, and who the fuck you are. Because don't you think when Diddy goes down, don't you think he's going to take a whole bunch of other people down with him? Why you think the Epstein list ain't come out yet? That happened years ago. Epstein is dead. Why you think that list hasn't been dropped yet? That's why. Because there's so many people and quote unquote important people that are on these lists, right? There's so many quote unquote important people. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the like button or we're not going forward. There's so many important people on these lists that they can never reveal it. Look at the issues that Donald Trump and Elon Musk had recently, right? Elon Musk even threatened that Donald Trump may very well be on that list. Another freak-off frequenter Salute to Donald Trump, you heard? But we got to be real here. Another freak off frequenter. He's been there. Barack Obama, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I know y'all hate when I talk about Barack. I know y'all hate when I talk about Barack Obama, right? Y'all hate when I talk about Barack. Barack is a freak off frequenter. He's been there. Ask him about the locked doors. Barack used to be security. Barack used to make sure nobody leave, nobody gets out. He used to be in the baby oil warming room where he makes sure the baby oil is at the right temperatures. Don't get mad at me for talking about y'all favorite president, but it's the truth. It's the truth, and I'm just being real with y'all. That's why, because I don't want y'all to be shocked. You feel me? Because Diddy's already been locked up for about 1.5 years or so. It wouldn't be surprising if they said time served, because right now they're breaking down the case. It's going to be up to the defense tomorrow. We got to see what they say. We got to see what kind of arguments they come with. Because if they come with an argument that can match the energy of the prosecution, ladies and gentlemen, we might have a stalemate. Ladies and gentlemen, we might be looking at a stalemate. And it's really hard to explain that to y'all, because I know it breaks a lot of y'all hearts. When you realize that if we were charged with the same crimes, we'd be getting punished to the full extent of the law. But that's because we don't have the type of pull. We don't have the type of notoriety that a figure like Diddy does. Diddy has been in the entertainment business for over 30 years. Over 30 years. He's been in the entertainment business longer than a lot of you been living. And that's just facts. He's bumped shoulders with a lot of people. On his way to the top, he's had a lot of these different people at his parties. And he's not the first one to do this. A lot of these people are having parties. That's why they're trying to normalize these things. That's why they're putting these therapists out here, these plants, to instill it in the mind of the public that, hey, y'all should come to freak offs too. Y'all should get down and party with us. They even told it'll better your marriage. Don't fall for this nonsense, you heard? Don't fall for the nonsense. It's not going to better your marriage. It's going to be a quick divorce. It's going to lead y'all into divorce. You heard? Moderators, don't be afraid to clean up the chat, you heard? If you see something that's too crazy, go ahead and get that out of here. I won't be mad at you. Yeah. Talina won. She said Obama white. No. Diane Horsley, he's only been locked up since September. September. So it hasn't even been a full year. Imagine if he's been locked up since September and he gets time served. Not even a full year. Would y'all be outraged? Or would y'all won't be surprised at all? I appreciate that, Talina. Sigmas. No, Trump never said that shit. Trump was at them Diddy parties, bro. He was at them Diddy parties, man. Now, Elon is the one that said that about Trump, trying to accuse Trump of possibly being on the Epstein list and saying that it would hurt our feelings. Put your hand on the camera. Okay, let me go ahead and get you out of here myself, because you've been saying this weird ass shit a few times. Go ahead and hide you. Yeah. Salute to everybody that pulled up, though, because right now, the clock is ticking. Here we are, literally less than 24 hours away from hearing the defense and their closing arguments. And what do y'all think it'll be like? I know for a fact that they're going to bring up the contradictions in a lot of the witnesses' testimonies. And that's something that, to be honest, that puts holes in the case. When you got Jane Doe taking a stand and detailing a whole situation where Cassie was being held over the balcony, but then when you look back in the records and you realize Diddy wasn't even around at that time. He was on tour. That's a hole in the case. Then a lot of the people that are taking a stand, you got to realize they also have civil cases out on Diddy. That's a conflict of interest. Of course they want him to go down, because that would benefit their case. And I'm just letting y'all know, I'm not taking a side here. I'm just letting y'all know these are the different tactics that they'll use to break these people down. These are the different tactics they'll use. And I'm being for real. You got to think, if you were on that side, what would you be doing to defend your client? That's what you would do. You would do everything in your power to discredit every witness. Every time you cross-examine them, you got to create doubt. That's what wins cases. You have to be able to create reasonable doubt. The burden of proof is on the prosecution. They're the ones trying to convict. They're the ones that are trying to put this man away for his life. They have to be able to prove that. They got solid evidence on Cassie. There's no way around that. There's no way around the video. How you gonna explain that? It was AI. Diddy gonna say it was AI. Yeah. Ed V, I'm a street lawyer. We breaking down this case, how we do in the streets. Storm Fluent, even if he's not convicted, I mean, in the court of public opinion, he's done. Like, he's no longer marketable. No one wants to be associated with him. And that's the thing, Storm Fluent. The community is kind of divided when it comes to Diddy. Because I know a lot of us feel that way. But then when you look at the other side of the spectrum, like I've done plenty of polls with 300 to 400 votes or whatnot, in which, I mean, the polls are pretty close. A lot of these people believe Diddy didn't do anything wrong. A lot of these people still believe, they're still saying that they're willing to participate in his freak off. I mean, at least that's how they act. Because you got some people that are riding for Diddy so hard right now that it's like, yo, like, there's nothing you can say in that courtroom that's gonna turn them against him. Nothing. And Storm Flu is crazy, bro. But I've been in several. I don't argue with people online, but I've been in several debates with people where it's like, okay, you saying that he didn't commit a crime. What about the domestic violence? What about the sex trafficking allegations? The only thing about the sex trafficking allegations is it's kind of hard. Go ahead, Talina. It's kind of hard to prove it because, yeah, they got the tunnels. They know about the secret passageways, right? Man, Ed V, hell nah. Hell nah. What you look like? Imagine being a grown-ass man, bro, and you go into a freak-off and you know what I'm saying? Going into these locked rooms and every room that you walk into feels like a damn sauna. Every room that you walk into feels like a damn sauna because they turn the heat all the way to the max just for the dramatic effect or whatnot. To have that Nelly, it's getting hot in here, have the Nelly effect in there to make everybody take that. Bro, I don't want to be a part of no nonsense like that. If I have a freak off, it's going to be in my bedroom with my wife. We going to have a freak off together, nigga. Yeah, when you with your girl or like, when you with your girl or like Talina, when you with your husband, y'all can have all the baby oil stocked up in the closet that you want. You feel me? Get as freaky as you want in the bedroom with her. But when you inviting groups of people, that's kind of weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a bit weird. Major internet, let's go ahead and rinse you up. That's very weird. Ed V is looking for the sign-up list of where he could get to the next freak off. Ed V, you hope he's free, ain't it? So you can join up. Nah, I'm messing with you. Nah, salute though. Nah, but that's a reality that we have to at least entertain the fact that the prosecution, they've made their closing arguments today, but that doesn't mean that just because they had a good day in court and they were able to get their points across well or whatnot and able to pull at the heartstrings of the jury, that doesn't mean that we don't have to also entertain the fact that the defense, as we speak, is formulating a plan of how they can fuck around and tear all that apart. As we speak, you don't think they're congregating at this moment? You don't think they're in a back room in their office having a freak off ceremony? praying to the heavens. They over there praying to the heavens with candles lit in a room, having a freak off. They having a freak off to make sure that they can prove Diddy is innocent tomorrow to the jury. That's and can I call myself gangster even if I'm white? Gangster don't have a race, Toledo. Gangster don't have a race. Salute to you, gangster. Hey, P Black. Hey, for those of y'all that see this person that's about to get a wrench in the chat, his name is P Black. If you got $100 on you right now, he could get you a pound of Reggie. You heard? He could get you a pound of Reggie. Salute. Nah, but real shit. Salute, Dreadhead. Real shit though. Like we gotta be real with ourselves, because yeah, if it was P Black that was charged with these type of egregious charges, and they found out that he was having orgies or whatnot and inviting all these people, but instead of the pink cocaine, it was pink Reggie. if they found out it was P Black in there with pink Reggie, and everybody was getting zooted and booted or whatnot, bro, P Black would be going down. He'd be getting punished to the fullest extent of the law. Toledo, gang. Salute, Storm Fluence 97. Yo, stop playing with me and hit that like button, you heard? If y'all want to continue with this story, hit that damn like button. All you got to do is double tap the screen. Stop playing with me. Nah, but for real. So here we are, literally less than 24 hours away, and we about to learn. It's not like the jury is going to deliberate all of a sudden. We're not going to know tomorrow. I guarantee you we're not going to know anything tomorrow. We're not going to know Diddy's fate by the end of tomorrow. Nah, this is something that we'll probably find out on Monday. The jury has to deliberate or whatnot. The courts are going to be closed over the weekends. I don't know for high-profile cases if they, you know what I'm saying, allow the courts to be open during the weekend. But no, not the Meek-offs. Nah, see, Meek is like a low-level Luciferian, so I don't know if they allow Meek to have like his own freak-offs yet. Because Meek is like one of those people, like he just joined the club, you know what I'm saying? They get him all zooted up with the pink Reggie, and you know what I'm saying, they just have their way with him. Or whatever. Salute to Meek, man. He used to be a real nigga. Meek used to be a gangster, y'all know. Meek used to be a gangster for real. I don't know. See, and that's what I tried to tell Ed V. Ed V, when you go to those Diddy parties, man, I know it sounds enticing, bro. Like, you thinking about, cause yo, like, I bet you there'd be some baddies there. There'd be some baddies there, bro. But guess what? When you go there, they gonna be looking at you like you the they gonna be looking at you like you the baddies. He went from Meek Mill to Mook Mill. That's a fact, bro. And that's so crazy. That's so crazy for us old school fans that used to listen to his mixtapes and shit. Meek was that nigga. Nah, you ain't taking me nowhere, Heavy. Shit, I'm about to take you. Gonna disappear from this chat in a second, nigga. Nah, don't leave me there, bro. Shit, nah. Leave the car running, bro. We gonna go in there. I don't even know if we can rob them, bro. They probably strapped to the T, my nigga. They probably got all types of machine guns and shit in there, ready for somebody to run down on them. I don't even know if we'll make it out of there alive, bro. Bro, imagine you try to run up in there on them niggas and they all doing all that weird shit. You just get the bus and shoot. You just shooting, walking through the door, just shooting. But then you fuck around and slip because there's baby oil all over the floor and shit. You like, damn. You fuck around and fall and bust your ass, nigga. By the time you fuck around and get up, it'd be like one of those cartoons where you just keep on slipping. You get up and then you slip again type shit. You know what I'm saying? But back on a serious note, y'all see the title, man. Who's next? Who is next? Let me know in the comments down below who y'all think is next. Some would say Jay-Z. Okay, Juma thinks it's Quavo. Okay, Jay-Z. Pause if necessary. What would you say? Throw a Diddy Bob at the light. Yo, nah. Who y'all think is... Oh, that's a good one. Kevin? Busta Rhymes? Yeah, somebody said Denzel. Somebody said Denzel is next. Somebody said, yo, Denzel is he's entertaining, doing like a gay flick. Nah, the Takeover, and he got Ether. Don't y'all think it's strange though that Jay-Z and Diddy was attached to the same case with the 14-year-old girl, and then mysteriously this case just disappeared? And they say it was after Diddy had an emergency knee surgery while he's in jail. And any of y'all that been to jail, salute. Any of y'all that been to jail, listen to this. So this emergency knee surgery, they say, took place literally at like midnight. At like after midnight, they fuck around and came and got him to do this knee surgery, right? And it wasn't no emergency like, nah, I need it right now. No, this is something he made an appointment for. Any of y'all that been to jail, how unheard of is that? When do they come and get inmates in the middle of the night to take them to the doctor? No, nigga, you gonna wait. You gonna wait. And if you got an appointment, nigga, you might miss that appointment because they short-staffed or whatever, and you got to make another appointment. Why the hell did Diddy get an appointment at midnight to the hospital? Nobody knows too much information about it. Then all of a sudden, now, like I'm saying, the next day, Jay-Z case dropped. Now Jay-Z and a 14-year-old underage girl and Diddy, now that case no longer exists. Yeah, okay. They went somewhere. I don't know if they must have had a freak off in the hospital real quick. Had a freak off with somebody in the hospital real quick, got the case dropped. We not, all 2025, we not playing this shit, bro. We pulling the veil from over motherfuckers' eyes and we exposing this motherfucking shit. P Black used to put baby oil all, oh shit, damn. Somebody get P Black the fuck out of here, man. Somebody get P Black the fuck out of here. Who's the dude who played Woody in Toy Story? I don't know, bruh. I don't know. This nigga said Diddy, wow, motherfuckers be coming in here saying some crazy shit. Okay, Ed V just dropped the room number where he's gonna be at for any of y'all that's looking to participate in his Ed V freak off, I guess. Salute to you, my nigga. What's Ed V? What side of the fence are you on when it comes to this Diddy trial? Do you believe Diddy should walk free, or do you believe Diddy should get charged up and no more freak offs for Diddy? Which one is it? I'd like to know right now. I'd like to know right now. Yo, not the Lil' Kim mini skirt, man. But that's what we talking about, because like I said, the moral of the story here is in the case, in the court of law, it's not about what happened. And I'm sorry for those of y'all that thought that this was like a country ran on justice. That's just not the world. A lot of y'all still think that like every murder goes solved. Don't y'all know 50% of the murders in Chicago go unsolved? It just depends on where you are, who you are, and what you got, who you know. You feel me? That's it. That's it. I know people that got crazy charges. All types of dope charges. They get them a 100K lawyer. They get off. You want to kill somebody? You get you a good lawyer? You might not do no time. And if you do, it's not going to be 30 years. Only thing that's different about common folk like us and the Diddies of the world, the oligarchies of the world, is the fact that they can make some of this stuff go away. The only thing that's putting him in a bad spot and a bad light right now is the fact that all this is happening in the public eye. You feel me? This is a public trial. But that's why they keep the cameras out. So we just getting the hearsay. I got an inside source in the courtroom every day. That's how I'm able to come and drop these shits and let y'all know what's going on. But as for right now, for those of y'all that are just tuning in, today the prosecution made their closing arguments. Tomorrow the defense closes out the case, and then it's up to the jury to deliberate. However long they take to deliberate, I mean, people are predicting that it's going to be like 3 to 4 hours. They don't fucking know. That's why I be hating like stations like ABC News. Like, shut up, bro. You don't know how long it's going to take these people to deliberate. Especially if like some people are still undecided. They got to review all the evidence. They got to review the tapes again. You feel me? There's a lot of evidence that they have that's privy to them that's not public knowledge. It will be made public eventually once this case is over with, but there's a lot of stuff that they have access to that we don't even know. So you got to also take that into consideration. So not only are these people painting the pictures, but they also got to sit back, review the evidence, talk amongst themselves, and it's going to be some arguments to be had. Because just the same way that we're split or whatnot, and some of us believe that he should walk free, and then some of us believe that he shouldn't. Some of us believe that he's guilty as hell, and some of us believe that he's innocent. It just depends on how you look at the case. Because there's a lot of things that you got to ask yourself, what does innocent mean? Does it mean that you're pure and really truly innocent, or does it mean that you can't be proven guilty? And a lot of times it just means that you can't be proven guilty. They're not able to provide the burden of proof necessary to pin the crime on you. And that's the case that Diddy is looking at right now. Not all the charges are dropped, but the attempted arson has been dropped and the attempted kidnapping has been dropped. Talina 1, what I believe Diddy should do that time. I believe that there's a lesson to be learned here. You feel me? Like, when we commit crimes, we got to do that time. It shouldn't matter how much money you have, but we live in a world where that's not the case. Money can buy you out of these type of situations. So I believe that Diddy should be locked the fuck away. I believe that, you know what I'm saying, he's hurt a lot of people, because we know a lot of things that they can't prove on in the courtroom, and a lot of things that he's not on trial for. We know how he ruined Justin Bieber's life. We know how he ruined Usher's life. We know how he ruined plenty of people's life. We know that he had a part in the death of Biggie Smalls. We know that he had a part in the death of Tupac. But he's not on trial for those things. So yeah, Diddy should be away for a while. I don't think that motherfucker should ever get out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fault him for being just a freaky ass nigga, but motherfucker, there's limits. You can't be, you know what I'm saying, holding motherfuckers against their will and sex trafficking these girls. Like, what do you think those tunnels is for? He ain't freeing no slaves. Diddy ain't freeing no slaves. He keeping them. He making slaves. He making sex slaves. That's what he's doing. So that's why, like all this nonsense about but what did he do? Like, it'd be like, shut up, bro. Like, he's been doing all this shit for years. He just, you know what I'm saying, he's part of that oligarchy of people that they feel like they can't be touched. And then if he walks free, it'll just be proven that point. It don't matter what the fuck you do. It's about how much money you got, who you could pay off. Who you could pay off in exchange for their silence. Because as we talked about earlier, you got a lot of people that knew what was going on that still haven't came out and said nothing. And they won't. And a lot of these people, their names are on NDAs. Those freak-off frequenters, these NBA players, NFL players, these international superstars, these international members of government. A lot of these people names are on NDAs. They can't speak on that. Nah, I ain't see the 50 troll video, but I got a 50 troll video on my channel. You should go check it out, you heard? After you subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. We're going to be back tomorrow around the same time, because now we're going to have to break down the defensive side. Because I'm telling you, if you don't believe it now, believe it. When we come back here, we're going to have some talking points that's going to be probably crazy as fuck. Because I'm interested to see how they tie everything together and they convince the jury that he should be innocent. Salute to the people. You heard? Talina, appreciate the sub. Thank you, everybody, for the new subscription. Stay tuned, because we got a lot more content coming about this Diddy trial, the defense closing arguments, and we got a lot of other drama to talk about. You heard? It's a lot of nonsense going on, and we got to break it down. And it's only one way to do it. You feel me? We got to break it down in the court of public opinion. We got to sit here and put these people on trial for us. Because we already know the justice system ain't going to do nothing with them. You feel me? Even if Diddy does some time, I guarantee you it's not going to be enough that satisfies you. You're not going to feel good about it. It might be a year, 2 years. You know what I'm saying? He'll still get out. He'll still do the same shit when he gets out. And he'll just carry on and act like nothing happened. There's no lesson to be learned. These people, Diddy is well, you know what I'm saying? He's well into his 50s. You think he's going to change? Man, hell no. He's stuck in his ways at that point. Try telling your parents some new shit. You think they about to change how they've been doing it for the last 30 years? No. No. Salute to y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel. We gone for now. It's Ruger popping. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah.